Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for your support and thank you for being here with me. Forgive me if I don't sound really good. I'm not okay. I just got sick, so I got a sore throat and I got fever. I got chills, body aches. Everything's just happening at once. So today is a little bit of a part that I didn't want to bring it up, but I thought of sharing it with you so that it may help someone else as well throughout their journey. So, in my previous videos about when I told you about my exploitation, my childhood trauma, my teenage and adulthood, what happened to me, how I survived, um, this is completely different than those videos. Um, well, I mean, you guys remember my exploitation part, me fleeing from UK to another country, as I mentioned earlier. So that country was none other than one of the European country. Because when I was in the UK, I was desperate to either I had only two options, either to just run away or to end my life. I couldn't think of anything else because all day, every day, I had things over my head on my mind. My mind was not processing what's happening to me. And one day I decided to flee without letting my exploiter, employer, or relatives know about that I am just fleeing. Because if I had shared this intention that I wanna leave UK for some time, my passport would have been taken from me. I had my passport with me just before I went to do something important in the bank. They came to my place, accommodation where I was staying at. They kept an eye on me, not directly but indirectly and directly, both ways. As long as I'm at their shop, um, they always check the CCTV camera, what I'm doing, who am I talking to, whether I am wasting time, whether I'm just teasing. So that whole year from June 22nd, 2023 to 20 June 16, 2024, the entire year I have suffered without knowing what I need to do. Where shall I go and ask for help and ask for a shelter, a protection? I was not aware of that. You could go to police and they can help you with this exploitation thingy and all that. I've never heard of any laws and all that, but I've already talked about this. But so when I went to France, my mental health deteriorated even more. I was alone. I had no community. I went to a place where um, I don't have the skills, communication, community, support, or anything. Yeah, so, and I was just waiting for my days to over, or just death to come. I was not even in a position or situation where I could just go. I was afraid to go out. I isolated myself in a room, in a place where I was afraid to go out. I could not understand what was happening. I tried, but they threatened me. They controlled me. They manipulated me. They brutally, mentally tortured me. And that not even a day goes by where I was not um, degraded, threatened, taken to somewhere um, without my consent, without letting me know where they are taking me. These exploiter, they even made me pick up somebody else poop from outside their shop. Why? Because I was their cousin. They were making me work longer long hours, and not just that only. I w- they were making me work 10 people's job all by myself. So when I was in France, again, without support, without anything, without funds, without um, guidance, I had no clue what I need to do. My survival became even worse. I could not think of anything, but I understood from that time just to isolate myself. They did not even stop right there. These exploiter, my relatives, my aunts, my uncles, all of them, they are in Leicester. Then I started receiving numerous calls by these people over my WhatsApp. I had to delete that account. And when they could not find me, they tried to come up with another dirty tricks. They told my father, they told people back in Pakistan that I ran away with a girl, got involved with the mafia or gangs, or started selling drugs. They started accusing me, they started making defamation, derogatory statements. I was broken, I was torn apart. If I knew from the day one what was happening to me, I would have been prepared to do the things that I am doing today. My vulnerability is not an excuse for everything, but just because it exists and exploitation happened doesn't mean that I'm lying or fabricating anything. What of the evidences that I had, I could gather, I did. Until March 13, 2025, I returned back to UK. From June 16, 2024 all the way to 12th March 2025. The whole 10 to 11 months approximately. You know, how did I survive? I cried many nights. I was afraid to go out. I was not able to think about anything. I was not able to get out of my trauma. The exertion, the I was exhausted. I was drained. And these people, I trusted them for moral support so that I could have my life built up. They broke that trust. They betrayed me. I had the most excruciating and horrifying days that I have spent in France was not the days that I was alone. What's more scary, that I was unstable. I was drained. I was not able to cope with what just happened to me. I did not deliberately delay anything. I did not deliberately hide anything. But just because I am being honest, I have provided every piece of evidence. So I am the one that's being called as a liar. What did I do wrong? Where am I wrong as a human being? There are people, I have not done anything illegal. I've never used any illegal substances. I was questioned. I was mocked. I was demotivated. I was humiliated. I was insulted. And most importantly, I was taken for granted. That these 10 months I survived knowing that one day I will be gone and the day will be sooner. I would not be alive today if I was not saved by the Holy Spirit, which I came to know later when I returned back to UK. I lost everything. I lost my hope to live. I lost my hope to rebuild my life. I lost my trust. I lost my ability to carry out tasks. I lost my ability to eat. And the only way I remember these details is because these have been engraved to my soul so deeply that I can't just leave it behind. Even if I wanted to, I get nightmares. So these 10 months in France, mostly people, they used to go to bakery and they get some baguette, not bucket, it's baguette. I don't know if the pronunciation is alright, okay or not, but you know, I survived on that. I had no money with me, no funds. You know, how did I survive? You know, when you go and buy a bread from any bakery, you consume it within a day or within few hours. I survived, I have lived on that bread for 3 weeks. More than that. 3 weeks is the minimum time that I'm just approximate minimum time that I'm just telling you. And when I felt hungry and I wanted to eat something, I had nothing with me. I had nothing. No food, no money, nothing with me. I used to take that baguette, I wash it, yeah, I wash it, and then I put it so that it can warm up a little bit. But instead of it becoming, warm or softened, it turned out to be a elastic, a rubber. You know how I used to chew that bread every day? I had to hold my jaws from the bottom and press it. I was not able to. And yet I am the one who's wrong. If I don't know anything, if I ask questions, who's gonna tell me? Nobody's gonna tell you. The lesson that I have learned, no matter what you do, people, they are happy to take advantage of you. They are happy to take you for granted. But they don't want to teach you the things that they believe that you will be more successful than them. Especially your relatives, your friends, your brothers, your sisters. They have greed in their heart. And these exploitation never stop there. They never stop making derogatory statements, ruining my name. They kept coming up with different stories. They keep on spreading the false news, false accusations against me. And yet I was not able to fight against that. And when I returned back to UK, I have not done anything wrong until today. And yet I am the one who's facing the consequences. Just to end this, I want to tell you a crucial details. My own relatives, when they sponsored me, they terminated me without any notice, without any documentation, without anything, on April 2024. But because they never told me, I was working at the shop, and then there was a phone call at the, and they were asking about doing this verification of a former employee. And that's how I came to know that they just terminated me. They lied to HMRC. They lied to Home Office. They lied to my parents, people back in home country. They made up stories. They have done way worse than you could even imagine. And yet I am the one who's living in who's been through pain, who's living in vain. I may look younger than my age, but I'm not. I'm like a coconut, you know. Outside its shell, it's strong, it looks stronger, but inside it's all torn apart, worn out, broken, shattered. And when I was in France, I was not thinking about anything. I did tell you guys about this before, that I had encountered 3 times in my life Lord Jesus Christ. I was not even thinking about anything religiously. I was not thinking about anything. I heard a voice for the very first time in my life. A voice that was so strong, a sensation that my body froze with fear. I could not understand where is it from, who is it. But that was the first time when I called out for and upon return I went to Birmingham Vineyard Church because I needed answers. I wanted to know where and who was that person, or whose voice was it. Not because I wanted to fabricate my faith, my journey and everything. Most of the days I had to sleep without food, without eating anything. I have been living with instability for the last 3 years, even till today. And yet, I am the one who's not happy. I was discriminated while I was staying in a hotel provided by Home Office. Sport. I was discriminated. I was called by this guy a scammer. He was a Pakistani. Then he started showing me off, boasting about his house being worth 4.2 million pounds. What did I do wrong for you guys? What did I do wrong in a society that I deserve this kind of treatment? What was my fault? What was my mistake? What was my wrongdoing that I'm paying the price for somebody else's actions? With this, I would love to hear your thoughts, and I wish you have a lovely evening. Take care.